How's it going, everyone? Welcome to my channel. This is rwink7, and today I'd like to show you a Loaded Lions main city tutorial. So I'm going to be walking you through how to set up an account. You can find my referral link in the description below, but the game is free to play, so anybody can join. They've also got their main city playbook up here in the top left corner. So if you have any questions, make sure you check there. And the Discord is always active, so there's a lot of people in there that are willing to answer your questions. So make sure you join the Discord as well and just enjoy having fun. So anyways, we're gonna click on the play for free. Today I'm going to be setting it up as an email account just to show you basically the basics. This is going to be a throwaway account as my main account is through crypto.com's DeFi wallet. So you can see here they give you 3 different sign-in options. That's because I have the MetaMask and crypto.com DeFi extensions installed on my browser. But for today, we're going to just use the email to sign in here. So we'll just input your email, and then they're going to send you a confirmation code. Once you get the confirmation code, you'll enter it, and then it'll sign you in. One thing to note is they are sending my confirmation codes to my junk within my inbox, so definitely make sure you check there if it's not showing up after a couple of minutes. So we'll just enter in the code here, get the success, and they create a wallet for you. So this is the wallet that you can send cryptocurrencies to. That way you're able to buy buildings within the game. There's a new development that's coming out. Once it's out, I'll also make a tutorial on that. But right now, using Crow, you can purchase buildings inside the game. You can also purchase diamonds, and these will all help you level up faster. Anyways, we'll sign and continue here. So you can see down here at the bottom, it's showing email. That's meaning you're signed in with your email, opposed to a symbol showing the actual wallet that you've signed in with. Anyways, we're going to confirm the terms here. That way we can sign in. And then I'm going to walk you through sort of the startup, show you what it looks like. This will be the same for the competition. Competition mode is basically resetting so that it looks exactly like it does when you start up at normal mode. Anyways, we're going to continue here. This is where you're able to enter your username. Now you can change your username once for free. I'm just going to leave it, I think, as the normal lion here, and that way it's just standard. It's a throwaway account anyways, but the number behind it shows you how many logins there's already been. They did have an issue with bots. That's why we're at almost 200,000 for lions, but maybe I'll get into that issue later, because really they've come up with a sort of solution to try and stop it, but we'll get into it, I think, when it comes to binding. Anyways, we're going to get started here. I'm going to open up our first blueprint. So in inventory, go to blueprints, and then we're going to reveal it. Sweet. So luckily enough, I got a Cool Cats, and this is one of the best normals, and it's also a 2-star. So that's really nice. Now what the 2-star means is that it's going to have a higher end range. Hopefully I get another Cool Cats later on and I can try to explain the difference and maybe show you guys as a comparison. Anyways, we're going to go back to inventory, and then we're going to place this on our land. So you'll go to your businesses, you're going to select your building, and then you're going to drag it to the location you want it on your land. All right, so now we're going to level it up a little bit. Unfortunately, I guess they're not going to let me level it up very much, but oh well. So next we're going to be going over to our mansion. Hopefully we'll be able to get another blueprint. So with the mansion, this is sort of like your customized space as well. So you get to decorate it however you want. So normally I would level up my first business until I had about 1.7 left, or 1.6-ish. That way I would have enough to buy 2 of these statues. But since we're in the tutorial, it's kind of limited. Anyways, we'll drop one. Now we've got our second blueprint. So I'm going to see if they will let us place another one. If not, we're heading back to the city. Actually, okay, so the tutorial is complete now. I'll just click next. Hopefully we're able to continue placing furniture. But okay, so then this is the link account. So right after the tutorial finishes, you're able to try to link your crypto.com account. So any NFTs that you have in your crypto.com account will be usable here. And here's where you can input the referral code. And again, that's going to be in the description down below. So if you click on the rewards box up at the top there, you can input the referral code. All right, so I guess we're forced to head back to our city. So we're going to open up our next blueprint. Actually, here we go. Okay, so now we've got to choose our faction. So this is pretty important. You can only change it about every 30 days. I'm normally in Legion. That's where my main account is. But I think for the tutorial, I'm just going to select Void. They're currently trailing, so they get a lot better bonuses. You can see there's a 6% furniture bonus there compared to the 2% for the Legion. And this is just to help the Void sort of catch up, sort of a balancing method that they've added. It's interesting. I know there's talk about, wanting a third faction, so we'll see if they ever introduce that. Anyways, we'll confirm this and lock us in for 30 days. So now that we've selected our faction, we're going to go back to our city. I'm going to do a little bit of leveling up on the first business we've got, and then we'll open up our next blueprint. So normally what I'll do is the 10x and 1x, at least until I get to an even number on the levels. And I'm going to take that level usually to about 150 or 200, or at least until my gold up here is at 760,000 K. And that way I'm able to buy another statue and hopefully level up and get another blueprint. Anyways, we'll keep leveling up here, and then I'm going to open up that second blueprint we've got. Hopefully we get something decent. All right, so we're at 150. I'm going to open up that next blueprint, do a little bit of leveling up on whatever business I get here, and then I'm going to go over and hopefully be able to get a third blueprint by placing some more furniture. So unfortunately we got a diner. They're not really the best common. They're a little bit more expensive to level up. Most people prefer cool cats, but that's all right. We'll run with it for a little bit since it's just a tutorial. So we'll go back. We have to unlock the space first, and then we can drop our business. Might as well level it up a little bit since we're here anyways. You can see the gold up in the top left corner underneath my name. It slowly goes up as we increase our gold. So we'll level this up to 150, I think, or at least to make sure that I have 760,000 K left. And then I'm going to go over and purchase some more furniture. And we'll just touch this one up a little bit as well. There we go. And one thing before I do go is the daily roar here. So make sure you're checking this as quick as possible. So they've got the 3 free spins plus these 3 in-game assets. So we can claim boosters, we can claim your attacks, which you get 3 of, and then you can claim 1 defense. Now these are on a 24-hour timer. They are basically reset every 24 hours. There's talk that they might switch it over to being in sync with the daily roar. But the daily roar, after you do your 3 free spins, you will have that reset at, for myself, it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. But yeah, you get 3 free spins and then you could pay for 10. So I usually try to do all 10 extra spins just to see if I can, capture some more diamonds. Anyways, so now we're back in the mansion. Let's place a couple more sculptures here if we can. Or just one, I suppose, and get another blueprint. So we've got our third blueprint, and we are level 3 with our avatar level. We're going to head back, and hopefully we got something decent. Okay, so let's go to your inventory, then to your blueprints. Then we're going to click Reveal Blueprint. And there we go. We got a Barbary Gym, 1 star as well. So these ones aren't too bad. I've got a fair amount of them. I don't mind the gyms. I don't really play with just cool cats, and I'll show you guys my city later. But we'll just start leveling this one up a little bit, and then we've just got to wait and hopefully accumulate enough money in a short enough time to be able to go and purchase some more furniture and hit level 4. So what I've been doing here in this tutorial video is very similar to how I play the competition modes at the start. You know, I have a few more tools with my main account, so I'm able to level up a little bit faster, but virtually it's the same. You know, get your first blueprint, level it up a little bit, go over, place 2 pieces of furniture, get your next 2 blueprints, and then come open those, get them leveled up a bit, and just keep pushing until you hit level 5. They've made changes recently, so 5 used to be the last blueprint until you hit level 10. Now they're going to be dropping blueprints pretty much every level, right? And they're also going to be dropping legendary blueprints, which are the gold ones, at every 10 increments. So when you hit level 10, 20, so on. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a change, and it's going to be interesting to see how that works. All right, so now I'm going to just talk a little bit about the gold and the modifiers on businesses. So you can see here, I've got a 9% on my business. That is just from the faction bonus that I've got. Now, if I go to boost, I'm going to just select my silver flash since I was given that from the daily roar bonuses. So now it's going to give me 50% increase as well. So now you can see I'm at 59%. It modifies this number. That number doesn't actually change. It shows you your base, but you'll see that this changed from 1.9 up to 2.1. Okay, so now we're sort of at a little bit of a waiting game here. I've got to wait until that income is high enough that I can put some more furniture. So I'm waiting on my gold to generate. Anyways, we will go back to the mansion and sort of wait it out here, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what goes on with the mansion. So we're in the common area here. You know, before it used to look like you wouldn't have this shading there, right? So before you used to be able to see all the furniture you had placed, but now they've got this shading and this percentage bar that sort of shows you the progress within the building or that room specifically. Now, once you hit a level or 100% on this, you're going to unlock the games room. And this is the bar here, the common area bar. So this is going to go all the way blue. You'll see it sort of fill up. And then once it fills up, you're going to get a notification that you've unlocked the games room. So the games room here, they start off at 5.5 billion, I think. And then it goes up to 54-ish billion, right? And that's what the furniture placement costs are for that. I'm usually in this around between, 15 and 20-ish. Usually I have to use this to hit 20. And then after that, you're able to sort of split between these two and start placing wall furniture. So after you're done with the games room, you're going to move on to the fitness center. Now this is C, lowercase c income. And the way the income works in this game is it starts off with your hundreds and then you're into your thousands, which we're on right now. So your Ks. Then you're going to hit your millions, billions, trillions, and then quadrillions. So there's some Q furniture that you'll place a lot of time, at least at the start, as the common room and your games room. Those go on the wall. And then once you finish with your Q, you're on to the alphabet. So then you're going to go A, B, C, all the way up to Z. And then from Z, it's going to lapse over to AA, and then AB, AC, AD. And on my main account, I'm at AZ at the moment and looking to move over to BA. Fitness center, these are C, like I was saying. And typically you're going to be in this room probably around 35 or 40. So you don't really need to unlock it right away. I bet you the diamonds are probably better spent elsewhere, leveling up your prestige and whatnot. But right now we've only got these rooms. There are some more, as you can see at the back there, that come. And then up in the top left corner, really when you're talking about level, most people are talking about their avatar level. Whereas like prestige is your prestige on your business. So yeah, there's a level on your business, but it resets every time you prestige. So level is usually your avatar level and dictates how many blueprints you've been able to unlock. So one nice thing, like I was mentioning earlier with the change to blueprints on every level up, is that there's going to be a lot more blueprints for you to work with. Now this also plays into a new feature that they have introduced. It's called merging. So you're able to merge businesses and increase your quality, right? So, I have a quality 2 cool cat. If I have another quality 2, I could merge them together and get a quality 3. I will maybe do a walkthrough tutorial on that as well a little bit later. But for the most part, we're just, waiting on the gold to get to a high enough, or get to 760,000. That way I can place another statue, and then hopefully I'm able to grab another business. Okay, so we might as well, we're getting pretty close, go back into the common area here. I do want to show you one other thing that, I don't think has been fixed quite yet, but when you go and you drag a piece of furniture, the check mark's going to be grayed out here, right? And so basically it's going to stay grayed out even when you do hit the proper amount of income, right? So you're going to eventually you'll have to exit out of it and then replace it once you have that proper amount of income. So yeah, it didn't pop up colored. So now you can see when I re-drag a new one out, pops up and I can click the check mark. Unfortunately, that was not enough to get me to the next level. So we are still playing a bit of the waiting game. So I guess while we wait, maybe I'll show you some more of the other features that are within the game here. We'll scroll through some of the furniture. You can change up. It is a highly customizable space here inside of your mansion, right? So you've got all these different pieces of furniture. You got your wall hanging furniture, pictures and whatnot. And typically the more expensive the piece of furniture is, the more XP and the quicker you're going to level up. So, there are things like room specific versus ones that can be used in every room. And apparently they have different modifications on how quick your XP bar is going to fill up. But for the most part, like if you're just placing the furniture in the room, a lot of people, the meta right now is just to place one of everything. That's sort of why I'm using the sculptures right now. Place all the sculptures or a decent amount of them, then move on to the jukebox, and sort of work your way up through the income levels here for your different pieces of furniture. And this space is supposed to be used to like decorate it the way you want, and that's why they are, eventually going to introduce reductions on placing furniture. So if you keep placing the same piece, it's not going to give you as much XP. Once that's introduced, maybe I'll talk a bit more about it. Now we can also change the wall colors here. They got a few different basic colors that you can select, and then you can also do the floors. So yeah, it's fairly customizable. Lots of different things you can play around with here. Try to make it truly your own sort of mansion, your own space. So usually the common area is going to get me at least up to level 15, right? I actually last competition was able to get to level 20 just using this, but it was, tedious placing a lot of single pieces like these, the jukebox and, fireplaces and stuff like that. It can get, a major time sink. So typically I like to just try to select the higher income ones. Anyways, we'll check our inbox, here. We'll take a quick look through. We've got our faction joined and a few other generic things. So maybe, maybe I'll show you what we've got for the leaderboard here. So in the top left, right below your avatar, you're able to click on the leaderboard. So you can see all the top players, scroll through. But if you click on yourself, it's going to bring you right to your position in the leaderboard. And this is how you can attack people, right? So these are the people that are around you. So if you click on one person, it's going to bring you back to the main city. And this is where you're going to be attacking from. I'm going to try the Savannah Bandit on this guy since he's one space above me. He's a 95% chance to hit him. So, it should be almost guaranteed. Unfortunately, I guess I rolled that 5%. So let's just make sure he was right next to me. Oh, hey, would you look at that? So Cyber Cubs just showed up. So these guys, they'll pop up every once in a while, typically around the hour. I think there's a set schedule, but they give you similar stuff that comes like from the daily roar. So got 25k diamonds there, so nothing to complain about. I'll just, for example, show you a spin on the daily roar here. All right, sweet. So I got some gold, which is nice. So yeah, this is the main slot. So the furthest to the right, that's going to tell you what you're going to get. So if there's gold there, you're getting gold. If it's, the booster there or the diamond, you're getting boosters or diamonds. And then shield, that's your defenses versus your attacks being the sword. So whatever's in this first slot here is sort of what you're going to get. And then if you have the more of the same that you have, so if you get 3 gold all matching, then you're going to get the highest benefit of gold. If you get 3 swords matching, you're going to get the kingpin. If you get 3 of the boosters, you're getting, the lightning booster. Anyways, before I go back to the mansion, let's just attack somebody. Hopefully I'm able to actually hit this time, so let's try this guy. That deadly guy was right above me, so that was a bad roll on my behalf. Anyways, let's try to hit him with the kingpin. So it's rolling your net effect right now, so it's sort of like a combination of will you hit versus how much you hit for. So luckily, I hit him 19%, and it lit up to show that he's now hit. So if we go to our battle within the inbox and you click on the notification, it's going to give you all the details when you do hit. If you miss, unfortunately, they don't tell you any details about it. They used to, but they no longer do. So we've got the 19% and a 0 debuff, right? So he had no defenses up, and we get 70% of that for the 13%. So, hey, another little cyber cub. Another 25k, nothing wrong with that. So okay, let's click on my business. So now you can see we're at 72. We can also see that there's the 13.4 now down there at the bottom, and that's coming from the kingpin, right? So this is increasing my income on this business. Now the nice thing about kingpin, it actually increases the income on all your businesses, and it modifies just your gold, right? So your gold isn't going to increase on the business. That's why the percentage increases. Anyways, we'll go back to the mansion and get back into our common area. Now that we got some gold from the daily roar, might as well place a little bit more furniture and get our next blueprint. Perfect. All right, so I'll save the rest of that gold to level up my businesses, and let's head back to the city, open up this blueprint, and see what we got. So you can see nothing in the businesses yet until I open my inventory and open the blueprint. So in inventory, you'll see your blueprint. Let's click reveal. And hopefully I get something decent. Nice. So I got another cool cats, which is always good. So let's unlock a space for it on our first land here, and then let's place this cool cat. Give it a few level up here and get it probably up to 150-ish, or maybe just see how high it can go. Yeah, basically how you play the game, right? My recommendation would be to try to select, we got another cyber cub. Let's just finish doing a little bit of leveling up here, and then I'll grab him. So my recommendation would be to find 3 commons that you get in your first few blueprints that you want to be your first prestige. And then from there, keep working on your prestiges until you get to level 20 and you've had at least a gold blueprint. And then maybe you've got a decent rare business that you can use as your main business. And the hard part is, you're going to be balanced between how much income you have, right, versus how much the diamond cost is on the business to level up, right? So each business is going to have a different diamond requirement for leveling up. So which building you use as your main really is dictated on how much your diamond generation is. Anyhow, now that I do have another cool cat, you can see that the range on this one is 10 to 50 because it's the 1-star. So let's check out the 2-star one, and you can see what I mean by a different range for the upper end, right? So we've got a 10 to 55 on this 2-star versus the 10 to 50 on my 1-star, right? And all this is doing is giving you an extra 5 on the top end that you could possibly roll for your RNG, right? So it's not guaranteeing that you're going to have a higher income through a higher quality business, but usually you will. Unfortunately, you can see this is 643 versus my 684 here. So my 1-star is actually doing better than my 2-star, which I mean isn't uncommon. It is only an extra 10% on the top end roll. So I must not have been getting good rolls on my 2-star. Now this could also be because I was doing a 10x. If you do the 1x level up, it could give you a bit better. But I typically like to just do the 1x until I get to an even number, and then just do the 10x from there on out. It just makes leveling up a little bit easier. And if you're a prestige behind, I'm just doing 100x. Anyways, we got ourselves another Cyber Cub here. So people have said that they can, get anywhere between like 3 and 10. I think usually it's about like 5, I think, depending on how quick you are. But, definitely try to pick them up when you can. Now, since I am on only one land, you will keep seeing him showing up on this land only. Typically, though, once you get more lands, he's going to be distributed all over the place. Which, speaking of lands, you can do this plus land here to be able to get another arid. That's what I'm on right now. So if you do the plus land, you're going to get another free land. It basically, well, let's click on it right now. So 10 million, right? There's no diamond cost for your first one. Afterwards, they're going to start putting a little bit of a diamond cost, and it's just going to keep going 1.5 times more diamonds. So once if I were to purchase this one, which I don't have enough gold right now, I would have a second piece of land. It would increase my diamond generation, and it'd be placed right there. Now you can have up to 10 pieces of land that you're going to place your businesses on, and the higher quality land you have, the more spaces you have for businesses. Blockchains are going to have no obstacles at all, whereas something like this piece of land, the arid, it only has 10 available spaces, and then 10 of them are taken up with these obstacles here, right? So the highest I have is a molten cavern. These, it only has 2 positions blocked. Blockchain has 0, and then basically, you've got 10 on your arid, 12 on your dunes, 14, 16, 18, and then your full 20 on blockchain. And they all have their own different diamond generation incomes. So, depends on how much money you have, I guess, to purchase NFT land, but NFT land isn't required. You can still place fairly well with just using these free lands, especially in the competition modes. Really you're shooting for the top 1,000, which isn't impossible, right? You can easily get into the top 1,000 with a completely free account, no NFTs at all. But yeah, so these are your obstacles. This is what you want to put businesses up against if you're using the Savannah Bandit. Also, this is where they'll be attacking from. Anyways, we'll switch back over. Let's see if I can get another blueprint to show you guys the 5th blueprint, and then I'm probably going to end the tutorial. So we got enough money here. Let's place down another one of these. We'll see. And yeah, it's not going to give me enough. I think I'm probably just going to save my gold, then level up my businesses, and maybe I'll save the rest of the information here for the next tutorial, because right now it's sort of getting a little bit long for an initial tutorial. But yeah, I mean, this is basically what you're doing in Main City. You're placing these businesses, leveling them up until you get to the next prestige, and then as your gold income increases, you're able to go to your mansion
and it unlocks different pieces of furniture that you're able to place. Placing that furniture is going to level up your avatar, and then as your avatar gets leveled up, you're going to get more blueprints. So we'll just do some more leveling up here with the gold that I've got, and then I think I'm going to probably sign off. Yeah, definitely if you get into the game, make sure you join the Discord. Lots of people in there, and they're active fairly often, so they'll be more than helpful when it comes to answering any of your questions. Also, if you do have any questions, drop them in the chat down below. Post a comment, and I'll try to get back to you guys as quick as possible. But yeah, basically, just build your city, and hopefully we see you guys in the weekend competition. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next tutorial.